Once upon a time, late on Christmas Eve, a stranger came to the church on Ruby Road. She carried in her arms the most precious gift of all, a newborn child. She left her daughter on the steps of the church. She was never seen again. No one ever knew her name. Until that night, a time traveler came to call. A traveler known as the Doctor.
Awkward. Good evening, my friends. Hope you are all well, and welcome back to this here video where today... what's this? Well, having heard your people's votes loud and clear, it is none other than the 2 deluxe figures. And what deluxe figures? Well, it's the online exclusive Vortex line 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday action figures. Oh, damn. These figures come in a collector-friendly clamshell type packaging and feature that energy effect we've seen on the style guides for this era, like the Sonic, but with a nice purple tint and contrasting white for the info. The packaging features the current Doctor Who logo and some info on what these figures are, in case it wasn't obvious already. Moving to the back, we get pictures! All's good in the world. We get pictures of both of the actors in their costumes with some info on their respective characters, though I have to say, what's up with this picture of Shooty? What is this William Dafoe pose? Well, green goblins aside, let's get these wonderful figures open. First impressions, these are really nice figures and definitely feel like a step up in quality from character options, which isn't hard considering...
I saw that thing. That thing came in here when I was on the couch.
They both feature some really nice detail, brilliant likenesses,
What the f***?
and a fair bit of updated articulation, which are some super sweet posing. So let's get into what else they have in store, starting with the most exciting of the two, the new 15th Doctor action figure. So this is a really neat figure and a really nice addition to the long line of New Who Doctors. It was only a matter of time we got him following the bi-generation that took place 1 year ago today. And I'm glad we have him now, just in time for the Christmas special. And yes, I know there's another release of this figure in his Space Babies outfit, but I despise that episode, so I'm probably not getting it. This figure blows me away with the level of detail it contains. Like, the coat is just phenomenal. It features necker-like detail with these leather crackles, something we haven't seen on the likes of 9th Doctor's jacket, which really elevates it. Speaking of elevating things, there is so much detailing, like the rings on his fingers, the necklaces, and even the detailing of his jumper. This level of detail is crucial for areas such as the face, where the paint apps are pretty good, creating what I believe to be a solid likeness, minus the massive mold mark on the side of his neck, which looks a little, This detail extends onto his accessories too, of which he comes with 3. The first of which is the Sonic mousepad, which for such a small and meticulous design at this scale has been painted really well with those golds and silvers and blues, and it really just ties it all together and makes it a solid accessory for this Doctor. The next of his accessories is the Psychic paper, something I'm surprised we haven't got a whole lot sooner, considering it's quite a simple accessory, just some white paint for the paper. It goes really well with some previous Doctor figures, and it would have been funny if they decided to include hidden writing on it like the old UV Sonic from back in the day. But I wonder if there is writing on it, and if so, what does it say? The third of these accessories is a landmine. A literal landmine. This comes from the episode Boom, which makes it an odd inclusion as the Doctor didn't wear this outfit, which is from the church on Ruby Road in that episode. It was probably put in there to justify the 40 quid price tag on this 2-pack thing. This mine comes with some sticker detailing going all around and is a pretty simple piece, some nice printing on the sides, albeit wonky in some areas, and some nice printing on top too. So, all in all, I think this is a brilliant figure. You know, the sort of flesh tone plastic casting is a fantastic idea, and I think it's definitely the way forward, because it really complements the paint apps on the face, and it just looks fantastic. You can see the facial hair, you can see the little lumps of his actual hair. It's just brilliant, and it really ties the figure together for me. Moving on to Ruby, she is equally as detailed as her time-travelling counterpart. The sculpts here are brilliant, particularly on the jacket, head and jumper piece. She comes in her outfit from the church on Ruby Road, featuring a really nicely done jacket with paint apps on small things like the zippers, rings, necklaces, and even the tartan skirt, which makes it feel a little bit NECA quality. The paint apps on her face look great too, even featuring the cut eyebrow that she has, making this what I think could be the first spot-on likeness from character. With the topic of paint apps, it does feel like she's missing some, particularly on the roots of her hair, which is a small nitpick, but something I think could enhance the figure going forward. That being said, what we do have is great. The hair sculpt looks fantastic, honestly one of the best hair sculpts we've seen, and the paint on the face looks brilliant. The eyes look fine, the lips look fine, everything else looks fine about this figure. You know, even the jumper, you can see those little ridges coming through, and it's just, all of the detail is, I think, what we really needed to revitalize this Doctor Who action figure line. And if this continues going forward, then I can only expect bigger and better things, which, again, is what we really need. Ruby comes with 2 accessories, both of which are relatively odd, being Ruby's iPhone and her handbag, which can be worn by tucking it under the left fur lapel on her furry leather jacket thing. Both accessories are quite simple pieces, just sort of cast in this singular colour mould, but they do feature some nice paint like Ruby's bag. You can see the sort of gold buckle there, and then Ruby's iPhone, you can see the black for the camera area with the 3 little dots, which, I don't know, I find kind of amusing. Then there's the other side, the screen, which has just been painted this simple black, neat but simple little detail. The phone can be held in a hand and used for selfies or other stuff.
I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows.
Right then, articulation time. Each figure's foot can rotate 360 degrees, with knee rotation of 360 degrees as well. Each leg can move to about 90 degrees either way, with a 90 degree bend at the knee, and a 360 degree swivel at the calf, waist, elbow, and hands. Each figure has this ball-jointed torso, allowing for some new articulation not before seen on any Who figures. The arms can bend to 90 degrees at the elbow and the shoulder, with 360 degree rotation all around. The heads are on a ball joint, which allows for a nice range of up and down movement, as well as the head tilting too. Something else I feel is important to note is that both of these figures feature pinless articulation, which makes them look much sleeker and much more realistic, and I'd argue that it puts them up there with the competitors like Star Wars Black Series and maybe Marvel Legends, although these do still have some way to go before they get to Marvel Legends quality. So, all in all, what do I think? I think that these are great figures, but ultimately there are a couple of shortcomings. It's clear that so much love has gone into getting the Vortex line off to a good start, with brilliant paint apps like on Shooty's shoes and just everywhere, and this flesh tone casting, it's all brilliant. But I think the company still has some steps to take. There are some issues that I do think take the experience down a little bit, such as Ruby. She has a hard time standing and will often fall over. I think some steps that should be taken is including more articulation so that the figures can be posed more dynamically, and that they don't look so rigid, and so that we can have stuff like Shooty crossing his arms or holding his Sonic in a certain way. There should also be some quality control on the sculpts for figures like 15, as that massive gap on the side is quite glaring. Other than that, These are some good figures, and ones that I'd recommend picking up if you're one of the few fans of 15's shaky era, and if you're looking to complete the Modern Who Doctor collection. Other than that, this has been Terminator Plays, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you then.